After the Draw Cute Foxy video, many of you guys have requested for Draw Cute Bonnie, so here it is. It is a posable figure. You can bend the waist, turn the head, bend the knees and arms, even the fingers. This Draw Cute Bonnie is designed by Draw Cute on DeviantArt. I have the link to the page down below. If you are excited to learn how to make this, then keep watching. The materials I use for this are purple, light purple, red, silver, black and white polymer clay. I use Sculpey Primo brand, flat blade, X-Acto knife, ball tools and dotting tools, size 0 silicone shapers, needle tool where you can use a toothpick, a rolling pin to roll out the clay, a straw, leftover head pins or wires, Sculpey Big and Bound, pastels and a brush, super glue, 30 gauge wire and these 2 pliers. Information on where to buy these materials is in the description box, so make sure to check that out. It is very helpful if you have reference images of Draw Cute Bonnie when you make this figure. We will start with the head. Roll the purple clay into a ball and flatten it. Use a small ball tool to indent the eye sockets. Roll the light purple clay into a log and mold it into the shape of a capitalized letter B. Here I'm using the side of a dotting tool to flatten the bottom half of the face for the snout. Place the black clay inside the eye socket and spread it out with a dotting tool. Then place white clay in for the eyeballs and red clay for the iris. Brush up some of the dark gray or black pastel with a brush and apply it around the eyes. This is like applying eyeshadow for Draw Cute Bonnie. Looking beautiful now. The eyes are popping. For the lines on the face, I use this flat end silicone shaper. Take a small piece of black clay for the nose. For the back of the head, roll a ball of the black clay and flatten it, then cut off a small portion or small section of it. If this is too thick, you can cut off a layer of it. Use your thumb to indent the half part of the back head, so in profile it will look like this. Attach this back head to the face. Place 2 tiny balls of white clay around where the eyebrows are. Cut out some spikes of the black clay and place 3 on each side of the head. For the ears, roll out a narrow coil of the purple clay and cut it into 4 sections. Place the light purple clay rectangles on the coils and insert a wire in each ear for stronger attachment. Place a piece of black clay in between the upper and lower parts of the ears. Then attach them on the head. Cut out a bunch of tiny spikes of white clay for the teeth and indent a hole for each before placing them inside the mouth. For the lower jaw, roll out the purple clay and cut out a trapezoid shape. Then roll up the ends. Place a piece of red clay as the tongue on the lower jaw. Poke holes for the teeth and attach the lower jaw onto the face first before placing the teeth in. Insert a leftover headpin or a wire on the underside of the head. We are moving onto the body. Roll the purple clay into a teardrop shape and make the sides straight with a flat blade. Cut out a rectangle shape of the light purple clay and place it on the flat side of the body. Cut off the wider round end and use a ball tool to make a socket on the underside of the upper body. Use a smaller ball tool to indent the socket for the arms. For the ribbon, roll out a flat sheet of the red clay and cut out a thin strip. Place it on the narrow end of the body in a circle shape. Now cut out 2 different sizes of triangles. Use X-Acto knife to slice the ends of the triangles, making them look like they are fabric. Stack the smaller triangle on the bigger one, like so, and attach them on the upper body. Use a needle tube, or you can use a toothpick to make the folds on the bow tie. On the back side of this Drawcube Bonnie, place 6 spikes of black clay and a rectangle piece of purple clay. Moving on to the hip area, roll the purple clay into a ball, then place it on a ball tube. You have to make sure the size of the ball tube is close to the proportion of this Drawcube Bonnie. Here I'm just pressing the clay on the ball tube so that there will be a dent. Then I pinch and mold the clay to the shape that I need. I will refer back to the reference images to see how the shape looks like. After the shape is close enough to the drawing, I will indent the division line with a silicone shaper and a needle tube. Then slowly detach the ball tube and you will have something like this. It is very important to use thermoclay for this figure. I highly recommend the Primo or the Fimo brand. Next is to take a ball of the light purple clay that is smaller than the ball tube we just used. Then cut this ball of clay in half. Flatten a small piece of clay and sandwich it in between the 2 half circles. Here is the tail. Roll out a ball of the light purple clay and flatten it. I applied some Scoby Bake & Bound on the area where the tail is going to be at for stronger attachment. For the thighs, make a long teardrop shapes and use a ball tube to indent one side. Then use a straw to cut out a circle on the wider end of the thigh. Make sure to make 2 of this. Metals on the inner thigh, I just roll out a coil of the silver clay and cut out 4 pieces of it. Now it's time to make the joints. The shape of this is like a yo-yo, so maybe we should call this a yo-yo joint. That way it's easier for me to identify and what I'm referring to. Cut out 2 circles with the same straw and score a line at the center. Then flip them over and poke a hole halfway through. Moving on to the thin legs, roll out a long coil of the purple clay and cut out 2 pieces. I cut them to about this length, but you can cut them shorter because I did find out that these were too long after I put the figure together. Insert a thin wire through the legs and attach a bent wire on one side of it. Here comes the feet. Roll the clay into a log first and bend it into 3 sections like what I'm doing here. I indent a hole at the narrow end and place a silver clay in it. Here I have cut out 3 icicle shapes as the toes and place them on the foot. Indent the ends of the toes for toenails or the claws. Cut out 5 pieces of the nails and place 2 on the back of the feet and 3 on the toes. Make sure to make 2 of the legs and feet. Let's move up to the arms. We will start with the big hands. Flatten a ball of the clay and make the shape into a seashell shape. Indent a big hole on the narrow end for yo-yo joint. Fill in each space with silver clay and slice the joints in half with X-Acto knife. For the palm, cut out a piece of capitalized B shape on the light purple clay and place it on the palm, like so. You will have something like this. For the forearm, it is basically a somewhat trapezoid shape but with a hollow bottom. Make sure to make 2 of this. Here are the fingers. I like to call them marshmallow fingers because once you put them on a wire, they do look like purple marshmallow. The fingers will be attached on the joint area on the fingerless hand, so make sure to poke a hole on each joint. Make 4 more yo-yo joints, 2 small ones and 2 big ones. Now for the rest of the arm, cut out a rectangle piece and roll it up with a wire inside. We want this to be skinny, so make sure to roll it out more. Then cut off the extra clay and slice it around the middle for separating this long coil. We will leave it like that and make sure to make another one for the other arm. Last detail is to insert a wire on the joint area on the hand, the forearm, the hip, and on the underside of the upper body. Here is a drawing that I drew myself to help you guys see all the parts that you need before baking. So double check if you have all the pieces ready. You can pause this video if you need more time. After you have all the pieces, it is time to bake them in the oven unattached. If you are new to baking Palmer clay, make sure to check out the baking video that I've made. Link is in the description box below. So here are all the parts. Now it's time to assemble them together. Exciting! For the joint on the belly, take a wire, it can be this thin wire that is 30 gauge, and wrap it around the gap, leaving a bit of wire sticking out. Then use super glue to glue this to the hip part. Super glue comes in handy when attaching joints and parts together. To follow the process, I have already completed the left side of Dracula Bunny, and here I will show you how to assemble the rest of the parts for the right side. Notice for the joint areas, I wrap the wire around the yo-yo joints in order to have movement. If the legs, the arm, and the fingers are too long, you can use X-Acto knife to cut off the extra clay. It's pretty easy to cut the baked clay since they are thin. Once everything is put together, here is how it looks like. This one did take a little bit less time than the Draw Kill Foxy. And this actually took about 5 to 6 hours to make. Now you can bend and post this Draw Kill Bonnie. I hope this video is helpful and it guides you on how to make your own Draw Kill Bonnie, and make sure to give this a try if you are ready to make it. It can be frustrating, but things will get a lot easier after a few tries. If you haven't checked tutorial on Draw Kill Foxy, you can click on the image for the link, or you can check the description box. If you are interested in other versions of Bonnie, click on the image that you want. Links to all of these can be found in the description box also. If you like what I do, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I can also be found on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy. Until next video, keep crafting and thank you so much for watching. Bye!